All right, guys, we're coming to you live from Tulum for Grooms in Tulum.
Yes!
Grab your loop. It's time to get to work.
Go!
Woo! All right, gang, we're going to grab our loop and lay down on your back. The loop is going to come up above your thighs. So it's going to be above your knees by about 2 or 3 inches. You want to make sure it is still laying flat and does not flip up at all. Lay all the way down on your mat, and we're going to set it up for a bridge. Arms are long at your sides, and make sure you have a little tension on your loop. So there should be a debate of your legs wanting to go out and in. So it should already start the work. Make sure you have the soles of your feet melting into your mat and your spine as long as you can get it. On your next inhale, we're going to peel the tailbone up so you're rolling the pelvis back. And then we're going to pick up the pelvis, pick up the low back, pick up your ribs all the way lengthening to the top of your bridge. Arms are strong in your mat. Exhale, melting down from behind your heart first, then your middle back, then your low back. And then the last thing to come down is your pelvis and your tailbone. I like to think about a candlestick under my pelvis. We're going to continue working, going at your own pace, inhaling to lift and exhaling to lower. It's tempting to let your pelvis drop first and let your hips drop first, but we want to keep the hips up and melt first like you're doing a reverse abdominal curl, bringing the ribs down, then the low back, then the pelvis. If you're looking for additional challenge, what would happen if your right arm came up to the sky? Inhaling, lifting into that bridge, continuing working, opening up your spine and heating up the back line of your body. So now that you've got the right arm up and you're like, yeah, that works just fine. Let's try the left arm joining it. So if that is not for you today, you can always bring one or both arms back to your mat. We've got a pretty nice view here in Mexico, my friends. I'm not minding looking straight up through these beautiful trees to the blue sky. If you don't have Mexico above you, can you imagine it? Enjoy it a little bit. All right, we're going to hold at the top of your bridge the next time. Pause. Double check that the soles of your feet are melting into the mat, front of the foot, corners of the feet, all sides. And you want to check that you have no crease on the front side of your hips and that your ribs are soft around your spine. We're going to start with the right heel peeling up off the mat, but the pelvis did not lift. And then strongly imprint your right heel down as if it had a stack of marshmallows underneath it. And then let's pick up the left heel. Inhaling to pick it up, exhaling to bring it down. You can continue alternating, or you can do both heels up on an inhale, both heels down on an exhale. This can start to get a little grippy through the hamstrings. So if that's true for you, either stay with one foot at a time or bring the arms back down to the mat and let your middle back assist you as you're doing your heel raises. Check in with that loop. Does it still have resistance? You should still have almost a shaking or quivering of the debate going in and out. All right, gang, let's go ahead and hold the heels about halfway where you find that quiver shake. Hold and breathe. We're going to allow the hips to melt down about 1/2 inch. And then inhale, bring it back up to the top of the bridge. This next one, we're going 1 millimeter. It's the tiniest dip. And then pick it back up. I'm going to let you choose your range of movement for these little dips. However, they need to be a different range of movement every time. It's going to be tempting to just kind of bounce through it, but you're going to get more results and better connection if you do a slightly different range of movement and keep your mind engaged. Here we go for 3. Exhaling as you do that little dip. Inhaling, yawn, open the hips, ribs soft. Hold the last one, hold and breathe. Take the arms all the way behind you if they are up, opening space in the shoulders. Keep the ribs soft. Last 3, last 2. Both heels go down with intention. Keep your arms open. Melt from behind the heart, melt from behind the heart, melt from behind the ribs. Now the low back, now the pelvis, and bring it down. All right, keep your arms behind you if that is possible, through your shoulders, not required. Inhale to prepare. My hands are hovered. Exhale, thigh bones sink in deeply. Bring the legs into tabletop. Hold. Make sure you're in a neutral spine. So you want your hip bone shining straight up to the sky and a little breath of light under your low back. We're going to interlace the fingers behind the base of your head. So your hands are not just for show. So often I see hands behind ears because it looks cute, but we really want to hammock the weight of your head. All right, here we go. We're going to go straight into our hip hinges, keeping your knees and toes parallel. We're going to inhale as we lower the legs down. You choose how far. Maybe you touch the mat, maybe not. Exhale as we bring it back up to start. So the pelvis is not moving. It is the thigh bones moving through the domes of your pelvis. Exhale, pick it up. Use your deep abdominals to pick up your legs. That loop is connecting your legs to your tummy. Can I get a hell yeah if you feel that? All right, beautiful. Let's layer on. We're going to peel up your right shoulder blade as the legs raise, going into a small rotation, and then come back through center as the legs lower. Now we're going to pick up the left shoulder blade as the legs raise and center it out. Inhale back through center. Exhale, small rotation. So notice I didn't say elbow to knee because I could care less about your far away joints. I care a lot about your ribs turning and your shoulder blade peeling up. Is the weight of your head still hanging in your hands, being held by your middle back? No one. Perfect. Inhale down. They're hungover, folks. Exhale as you bring it up. Hold the last one, but go through the center. Hold it through the center. Abdominal curl. Hold and breathe. We're going to open the legs out to the sides by like half an inch and then bring it back to start. Can you get a little higher in your rib lift? A little more of the shoulder blade off the mat. Chin is off of chest. I'm just opening the legs outbound a little bit and resisting it back in. Here we go for 4. Can you really lengthen the crown of head away from your tailbone? Almost traction your neck. If it's aggressive on your neck, you can always set your head back down and work through the movement in the thigh bones. Hold the legs open. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring the legs back to start and allow the head and the feet to lower down. Beautiful. All right, gang, we're going to turn onto your left side, going into some clamming. So we're going to keep that band around our thighs. We're going to bring your left ear down onto your left biceps. This is nicer on your neck. And then we're going to have our heels touching and toes turned out. Heels touching and toes turned out. I've got my right hand on the mat just for some balance. And make sure that you have your hips stacked. All right, my bottom foot is off the mat and the top foot. And I'm in this little diamond froggy position like a clam. I've opened it already. So we're just holding an open clam right now. Can you find more intention between your inner thighs, more intention between your heels? Yeah, like you're magnetizing your heels together. And can you imprint your bottom thigh down into the mat? That leg should not be chilling at any time. All right, here we go. We're going to close it halfway. On an exhale, bring the top leg down only halfway. Keep tension on the loop. Inhale, spiral your right inner thigh forward to pick up the right leg. Good. Keeping the heels strongly glued together. Not here forever, gang. Exhale, bring it about halfway closed. We're not touching the knees together at all. We're going from half to more open. Let's check in with your waistline. Is it the same length on both sides? It's very tempting to shorten your top waistline and allow your left ribs to hang. Can you absorb the left ribs up towards your spine? All right, good news. We're going to hold it open. Hold. Get the strong bottom leg imprinting into your mat. From the back side of your right leg, not just from the knee, we're going to unfold the right leg and reach it long. Hold and breathe. 8. What? 7. Reach even longer. 6. Both sides of the waistline super strong. 5. My left foot is still up off the mat. 4, 3, 2, and bring the legs down. Beautiful job. Keep the loop where it is. We're going to go into a little froggy plank. So we're going to keep the loop on our thighs, and you're going to come onto your hands and your knees. But before we get even lifting, we're going to have our heels touching and our toes turned out. So we're setting it up like a little froggy pose straight away. Once you're there, we're going to exhale, pick up your knees, and then inhale, lengthen the legs. Move your hands forward as needed. All right. We're going to exhale as we crease at the hips, going into a little froggy, sliding shoulders back. Inhale as you bring it forward. You might lose some of the tension on the loop on the way forward. That's okay. Exhale, creasing at the hips. Sitting bones broadening. That's at the base of your pelvis. And you're looking straight down at the mat. You're looking straight down between your hands as you come back into that plank. We're only going for 3 more here, guys. Keep the heels glued together. We've got the clamming on the other side on deck coming up. Inhale, reach, and exhale. Really think about the length happening on the backside of your glutes all the way through your spine. We're going to hold this next one back in that froggy position. Hold and breathe, deeply creased at your hips. Collarbones are wide, neck is long. 4, 3, 2, and knees come down. All right, let's flip onto your right side. We're going to have our clamming taken care of on the right. So the loop is still around your thighs. How are we doing, friends? We good? We good? All right. You're going to have your right ear on your right biceps. That's going to be much nicer on your neck. We're going to take your legs into the open clam position to start with. So the bottom thigh is touching your mat. The bottom thigh touches your mat, your right thigh, your knee is down, but the lower leg is up and off the mat. Can you get both sides of the waistline long? And can you strongly imprint your heels together like they're made of the strongest magnets that ever were? All right, here we go. We're going to exhale as we close the clams halfway. And inhale, bring it back up. I see some overachievers on deck with their arm up. You can also do that. That's always an option. Inhale as you open the clam. Exhale, try not to find any slack on your loop as you're working. Bring it up and lower down. Making sure the bottom ribs don't just chill into your mat. You don't want to let them rest at all. Strongly open. The feet shouldn't be moving in space. Can you keep your feet really quiet, especially your heels? As I say that, I almost rolled into the pool, yeah? Inhale, spiral that top inner thigh. That is the action. That is the activator. The top of the inner thigh is working with your right waistline at a diagonal to open up. All right, guys, last one. We're going to open it up to the top of your clam. Hold. Making sure we've got our pubic bone drawn up and in towards our low back, keeping lots of length there. And then you have the extension, but it's coming from the back of your leg, not from your knee. Okay, back of the leg reaches, extends, unfolds as you extend. Hold it out. 8. We're breathing for 7. Can you get your left inner thigh longer than the soles of your feet? Here we go for 3. You've got 2, and bring the leg all the way down. Beautiful job. All right, we are going to take the loop and bring it into your hands. Take the loop, bring it into your hands. We're going to go into a lunge sequence. How are we feeling, gang? We good? All right, so you're going to take it just above your wrist. So it's going to look like this. And then we're going to have our left foot forward and take a nice step back with your right foot. So we're starting with 2 straight legs at the top, and you want to find some tension on the loop so that you have your wrists, your shoulders, and your elbows in alignment. We don't want to let them tip in, okay? Find equal weight across the sole of your left foot, and then I challenge you to bring your right heel down like 1/4 of an inch. That's going to help you light up the backside of the leg. Did you feel that happening? The inner thighs? All right, here we go. Inhale to prepare. Find some tension on the band, broadening your middle back. Exhale as we lower, both knees bend, left hip creases a lot, reaching the right heel down and back. It's not going to touch the mat, but we don't want to just keep it popped up and hanging out. All right, inhale to prepare. Exhale, we're going to rotate towards the left leg just a little bit. Bring it back through center, and then we're going to inhale, pick it up. So that's going to be our little sequence to start with. Exhale, strong exhale as we lower down. Same exhale rotates you towards the left. And then unwind on your inhale and stand on the inhale. So it's a long breath. We're clearing out our lungs, finding lots of connection to the core, even when we're doing what looks like a leg exercise. Are you feeling that core connection by holding that loop, finding the inner thighs with imaginary magnets between them, and using our waistline to assist us as we raise and lower? 2 more like this. Long exhale to rotate and lower, long inhale to raise. We're going to bring it down on this next one. We'll ditch the rotation, hold. We're going to bring the arms up. That's an inhale, and bring the arms down. So if you have a sensitive neck, you can limit the range of movement a little bit. You don't have to come all the way up, but mobilizing the shoulder blades is also going to be a way of releasing tension in the neck. So you choose. Exhaling as we bring it down, inhaling, inflating your middle back to bring it up. Can you get a little lower in that lunge and invite your left thigh bone to sink in even deeper to your pelvis? Last two. We're going to hold this next one. You choose where you hold the arms. You can also bring them all the way up and overhead, but still find lots of tension outbound on that band for 4, 3, 2, and arms come down. Beautiful. All right, let's go ahead and hit a plank, but we're going to use this band to assist us in finding our middle back, and it's going to be less through the wrists. If your wrists get cranky, this is the total game changer. So come down onto your knees and your hands, and we're going to take our hands wide on our mat like starfish. So I have my hands aligned with my shoulders. There's a lot of resistance on the loop already. Is that true? All right, we are going to send, this is an option. You can stay down on your knees in a plank pose. So you would just walk your knees back. It would look like this. This is option A. And then option B would be to fully extend the legs so that your knees are up and off the mat. There is work to be had in both positions. As we are holding the plank, think about the upper arm spiraling forward and lifting the middle back. Send 1% more energy into that loop. Do you feel how that takes it right out of the wrists and drives it into the core and the middle back? Beautiful. Section your hands like they're starfish. So think about your palms lifting and the weight distributing across the entire hand, not just the heels of your hands. All right, baby push up. Exhale, 2-inch bend at the most of the elbows. Inhale, pick it up. Exhale, creasing at the elbows, keeping the band wide. Inhale, pick it up. 2 more like this. Exhale as you bring it down. Inhale, pick it up. Last push up. Exhale, bring it down. Inhale, pick it up. 5, holding plank. 4, neck is long. Pubic bone is up and in. Navel is up and in. Last 2. And bring your knees down. Beautiful. All right, let's take care of that lunge. Other side. Rise back onto your feet, my friends. We are going to have your right foot forward. I'm going to make nice with this little palm tree right here. And then you're going to step your left foot back. So same setup, but this time let's rotate our lower arm upbound. So now my palms are facing the sky. 2 straight legs to start with. Your torso is going to stay stacked on top of your ribs. Exhale as you lower, reaching the left heel back. Try not to kickstand that left leg. Inhale, use the inner thighs and your breath to lift you. Keeping energy out on the band, we're going to add the rotation. Exhale, lowering down. Once you're down, stay with that strong exhale and rotate just a little bit to the right. Inhale, unwind, and that same inhale lifts you up. Check in with the sole of your right foot. Make sure your big toe, second toe is really anchored and that your right knee is in front of your ankle crease. So we want to allow for the bone rhythm. What that means is the gliding and natural positioning and alignment of our bones, and that's going to allow us to find the deep core connection. Exhaling as we lower, right thigh bone sinks into the pelvis. Head stays right on top of the spine like a golf ball on a tee. Beautiful. Keeping the left heel reaching back. Doesn't have to be forced. We just don't want to kind of let it pop up and chill out. Good, you guys? We're going to hold this next one down, but we are not going to add the rotation. So just hold it down, pause. What would happen if you could stretch your right thigh bone inside of your skin? Stretch your knee away from your hip. Do you feel how that plugged into the back side of the hip and the inner thigh? No one? All right, here's what we're going to do on this side. We're going to hold it here, and we're going to go outbound on the loop. We're going to go outbound on the loop. I'll show you from this direction. So it looks like this is just this small rotation outbound Open the shoulders. Beautiful. You got it. Head is right on top of the spine, swiveling out. Does not have to be a lot. Think about that right thigh bone stretching. What would happen if you could stretch your left thigh bone, but it would get closer to the mat, but not dipping your pelvis. Just feel it inside your skin. All right, guys, here we go. Last one, bring the arms back to start, parallel. If you'd like to, keeping them shining behind you, extend them as far as you can. 5, get a little bit lower, stretch the band for 3, 2, and bring your arms down. Gorgeous. All right, last little sequence. Are we ready? Are we ready? Let's go, let's go. Okay, we're gonna lay on your backs, and we're gonna mimic what we do with our jump board. So if you've used a jump board on a WundaFormer or a reformer, that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take your band, it's now flat. So I have it off of my legs and arms, and I'm gonna take it behind my left thigh. So it's kind of close to the knee, but it is being held, and I'm gonna hold it like a grip. I'm training my grip strength to hold the left leg, and just pause. And kind of play around with where your left thigh bone is relative to your body. So you can feel the thigh bone sinking in heavy. Again, we should have a little debate. So I'm sending energy into the loop, and then I'm dragging the loop back. Do you feel that little debate happening inside your own skin? All right, good. There should be no grip on the front side of your left hip. Let's flex the left foot a lot. Hold. And then we're going to take the right leg and reach it long. So the front side of my right ankle is open, and I'm just reaching. So this is what we would look like if we were jumping off the jump board. So if you're familiar with that, it's like when we leave that jump board. All right, here we go. And then we're going to land. So that's going to be a bend, and the ankle flexes. Left leg hasn't changed. It's the right leg changing to start with. We're going to point the toes, reach the front side of the ankle open on an inhale for the right leg. And exhale, bring the right leg into tabletop. All right, if that is a good challenge for you this morning, you keep doing that. And if you're looking for more, here's what we're gonna do. Hold the right leg long. Unfold the left leg from the back side of the leg, not the knee, no can-can kicks. Keep the foot flexed. Oh my God, I know. I see that shake. The shake in you is recognized and seen by the shake in me. All right, here we go, guys. Now we're going to go into a leg raise. Right leg comes up and lowers down. Left leg holds steady. What's that? Abdominal curl? Sure, you do it. Go for it. Exhale, both feet are flexed towards the sky. Inhale, right leg lowers. Exhale, we are moving the right ankle. It's opening on the way down. It's flexing on the way up. Let's add the left ankle to that. So both ankles open as the right leg goes down, and both ankles flex as the right leg comes up. How's your grip strength doing, guys? Inhale, down. Good. Can you get a little higher? Exhale, bring it up. More in the rib lift. Inhale, hold. 5. A little higher in your rib lift. 4. Can you keep your chin off your chest, please? Last 3. Last 3. What comes next, y'all? What comes next? Oh, 2. And bring it all the way down. Glorious. All right. We're going to keep the same idea of the grip strength. The loop is still flat between my hands, but we're going to take it underneath the base of your skull. Remember how we did that with our hands at the beginning of class? This is going to remove all neck tension from your work. So we're going to extend the legs long. If that is not great for your low back, then keep your legs bent like a bridge. Straight away, I'm using my arms, my middle back, my shoulders to stretch the band, and you should feel your head start to hover. Is that true? Like it's just barely hovering. All right, yawn open the front side of the ankles. Heels are glued together strongly like when we did our clamming. Is that true? All right, here we go. On the inhale, peel your head all the way off the mat. And then on the exhale, you're going to get your shoulder blades off the mat. Let the weight of your head hang into that loop for an inhale. And then exhale, set your head down. It's like we're moving through molasses, training our body to hold the weight of our head with our core and our middle back. Inhale, lift off the mat. The head picks up, hanging heavily into the loop like a hammock. Exhale, pick your shoulder blades up and off the mat. Inhale, hold. Exhale, set it back down. Chin stays off of your chest the entire time. Inhale, hover the head. Exhale, peel the shoulder blades. My arms are shaking like crazy. I hope yours are too. Hold the next one. We're going to hold it for 3 breaths. Head is up. Ribs are up. Breathe. Your inhale inflates your middle back. Your exhale softens your ribs down towards your pelvis. Look up more rather than at your toes. Up and out. Last breath. And on your exhale, set it down. All right, remove the loop from behind your head. It's going to go behind your right thigh. Right leg comes into tabletop. I'm holding on to it, practicing some grip strength here, gang. Elbows are wide, right leg is in tabletop. Once that's true, you can play around with your right leg and get that thigh bone sinking heavily into the pelvis. Flex your right ankle, so you're deeply creasing at the front side of that right ankle. And then we are going to get that left leg into action. The left leg is hovered. An abdominal curl is an option or not required. And then we're going to exhale, bring your left leg into tabletop. Both feet are flexed here. And then we're going to inhale, yawn open the front side of the left ankle only. Exhale, crease as we bring it in. Inhale, think about the hamstring serving your leg forward. And then think about your left inner thighs dragging your leg back in. Can you feel that happening, like a little handoff or a little pulley system? Hamstrings extending, inner thigh dragging it in. And when we focus on that, we can get the deep abdominals engaged. All right, we're going to hold the left leg all the way out. Front side of the ankle is open, pause. All right. Think about the points between your right sitting bone and the backside of your right knee. It's like an imaginary rubber band or loop, and we're trying to stretch it, stretch it, stretch it, stretch it. Oh, this side's a lot tighter for me. Open and breathe. All right, guys, here we go. Left leg comes up and left leg comes down. Same focus where we've got the hamstring serving it and the inner thigh picking it up. Let's flex both feet at the top, and then only the front side of the left ankle opens. Flex both feet at the top. We're going to add both ankles now. Now the right leg ankle opens, and then both ankles flex. And then the left leg goes down, both ankles open. You can get a little higher in that rib lift if you want to. Here we go, guys. We're going to go for one more like this, then we're going to do that hold. And then we go. Oh, my God. Oh my God, hold both legs. Oh my God, blooper reel. 5, 4, 3, 2. Bring both legs. All right, guys, we gotta finish it out. Let's go ahead and finish it out. We are going to take a beautiful little stretch sequence here. Oh God. All right, we are going to take our hands outside of the loop now. So I'm holding the edges of the loop. It's going to help us open up space in our middle back and our hips as we open our stretches. All right, here we go. We have our feet parallel, wider than your shoulders. We're going to do a side bend. I've got tension on the loop, so it's helping me to keep my arms connected and not hang off the shoulders. Make sure you have lots of length on the left side of the waistline, or right side if you're facing me. And then on a strong exhale, we're going to pick it up, and then we're going to inhale, arc. And just breathe. Try not to hang into it. Think about really intentioning length and connection through your body. Let's switch sides. Exhale. Last time towards this direction. Rather than kind of collapsing, let's find that reach. Think more about like an up and out rather than how far can you bend. And then bring it back through center. Last time, other side. And bring it back through center. We're going to take our hands up and overhead like we are a melting candy cane. So chin is off of chest, and I'm lifting from under my ribs. I'm not just collapsing forward. Rounding down, keeping your pelvis as close to over your heels as you can. Eventually the hands come down to the mat. Let's bend the knees generously. Keeping your hands on the mat, keeping your feet flat on the mat, how far can you lengthen your legs? Again, thinking about the points behind your knees connected to your sitting bones. So this is not a knee riding exercise. This is an opening through the back side of the body. Last two. We're going to hold in that forward fold. Lengthen your legs to the best of your ability, staying in contact with the mat, maybe just fingertips. 5. Your hands can be on shins if that's better for you. 4, 3, 2. Hands are going to glide up your legs, unfurling your spine. You're going to bring your hands up and overhead. We're going to open your heart up towards the sky. But think about your abdominals staying connected. The pelvis shouldn't be just dropping forward. Hold and breathe. For 3, for 2. And then we're going to bring the arms out to this side. We're going to stretch and open up some of that tech nonsense we do, yeah? So you can turn towards me. We're going to have our hands flexed out to the sides. It's like you could really stretch the heels of hands out to the sides of the room. Does it feel horrifying? Then you're doing it exactly right. All right, this is your homework. When you go home from Mexico, this is your homework. We're going to hold this every day. And then we're going to turn our neck to the left, turn your head to the left, turn your face to the left, and your eyes. Turn your eyes over your left shoulder. Even more. They're looking down and back, both eyes, stretching, stretching, opening. 4, stretching even more. 3, reach the arms even wider. 2, keep the hands flexed. Unwind your eyes, then your face, then your head, then your neck. Come back through center. Quick pause, but we're going to bring the flexed hands just down to the side. Stay here. And then we're going to allow the eyelids to close just for a brief moment. And what we're going to do is take your eyeballs looking up and then looking down. So my eyes are closed, but I'm moving the eyeballs inside of my own eyes. We're looking down and we're looking up. Top secret tip, this is a dopamine hit too. If you're feeling stressed, and you can take maybe 30 seconds or a minute to bring your eyes up and down. Your hands are still flexed. Your feet are strongly in the ground. Eyeballs lower down. Eyeballs look up. One more time. Eyeballs look down. Eyeballs look up. Bring them back to center. Open your eyes. Bet you the world's sharper. Cool, huh? We're going to bring it all the way out one more time because I know you want to all the way out. Pay attention to your neck. If they need to be a little lower, that's okay. Think about the arms like we were working with the hamstring stretching rather than just hands and elbows. We're going to take the neck towards the right, then the face, then the head, and then finally the eyes, looking over your right shoulder, looking down and back. Stretch the eyeballs to the right. Stretch. Stretch the arms open via the middle back. You have one arm connected between shoulder blades, not 2. Stretch the eyes a little more. Eyes come back. Face comes back. Head comes back. Neck comes back. If it's a little dizzy, that's good. It means you found the connection. Arms come strongly down as your belly button comes up and in. And we're going to hold that position till the next time we're in Mexico. Beautiful job, you guys. Nice work.